Virtual education. Okay, so as we know, past years ago, virtual education was something not so common. It was weird because the students that go to virtual education sometimes are students that has practice of dance, or sometimes they don't like to go to school because they made them bullying, or sometimes have some they are sick so they can't, or their parents are so I don't know, occupied so they cannot like let them go to school, to a normal school. But nowadays, as the COVID and this pandemic thing came here, is something common. It's something that we have to do because we are in a specific moment in history when we cannot go outside. Not so common because we can get affected by this virus. What is the coronavirus? The coronavirus is something that affects us, and sometimes that has many effects on humans. They causes death. They causes other kinds of diseases, and this is some causes that we have in the virtual education. Also, there are causes that are not so good. And this is because of the connection, the Wi-Fi, the internet. In some places, they're not good, so affect the education of the kids, the university people, all this. So that are the causes of virtual education. Thanks.
The characteristics of this problem are related to different aspects about the internet present in different cities and towns that were obligated to afford this situation. The first one is unequal access to internet connection because internet companies in many cases doesn't cover all the city extension, and this causes internet quality varies a lot and make also it deficient in many places. This also affect the stability of the net. In the other hand, we have like mental health problems caused by quarantines. The reduction in social interaction generates problems like stress, anxiety, depression, reducing mental health and also stability. And in last place, we have problems that are related to the reduction in education quality. It is hard to explain or to talk students by virtual media and to transmit the same amount of knowledge between a screen or between computers make more difficult that in a presential class to do the labor of teaching, and also teaching process is not adapted at all to virtual conditions.
Okay, we also studied the effects that produce our project problematic. We analyzed that virtual education has brought a diverse series of effects that in general tend to be negative. In first place, we studied the effects produced on the students. Here we find that education has been hampered due to technical problems with programs, equipments, or the internet. In turn, students must present skills to acquire autonomous knowledge. In addition to this, students are deprived of face-to-face practice, and we found that little by little they lose the capacity of the public domain. In second place, we also studied the effects on the teachers, and we analyzed that this morality has generated that teachers dedicate much more time to their work. But also, we found failures in the transmission and conservation of the social values implanted toward their students. We also have that despite their efforts in class, many students supplant their participation. And in third place, we found direct effects on the student-teacher relationship because due to the less interaction and lack of socialization. So the level of education has been deteriorating. So we conclude that virtual education modality entails extensive negative effects. Okay, so in this place, we consider all the problems studied in our project. So with this, we propose alternatives that contribute in a positive way. In first place, regarding failures related to technical and internet problems, we propose to create a space within the university under the biosafety conditions that have computers or tablets for taking classes, with a VPN that allows all the students to have the same speed. In second place, we propose a solution having in mind the distraction in virtual classes. So this consists in the application of innovative class dynamics, adjusting and investing more in our platforms, so in the platforms that we are using right now. But also we consider that the softwares have to be a tool, so it must be dynamic, easy to use, and intuitive. And finally, regarding to the problems about isolation and the way that it affects academic performance, we propose to create spaces for conversational distance among students to rebuild a sense of community, to have better the academic part, and to recover the ability of public domain. So with this proposal raised, we consider that the resolution of some problems related to work problematic will be possible.
A correct action plan needs to involve different strategies that make more efficient education for both parts of that process. So in first place we need to work with the teachers by giving them a talk or giving them classes about new pedagogies and strategies that makes easier to accommodate to virtuality, and also give them tools and knowledge in order to make their classes more interactive, efficient and different. In second place, it is necessary to work with the students because they are a fundamental part of education community by ways like creating an university conversation group that can when they can discuss different ideas about how to improve virtual education. They can also organize in order to make a request to university requesting like better technical support and tools to make more effective these virtual classes. And finally, it is necessary to commit ourselves to physically, spatially, and mentally dispose for the class because it is also in our hands to make our best effort to make these classes useful and effective.
Hi, I'm Valentina, and I'm going to talk about virtual issues because, as a result of coronavirus, we have made every effort to not put on hold various aspects of our lives, including the educations. And thanks to today's technology, we can continue to study in a virtual mode. And that situation has brought so many benefits because we still can stay in contact, met on video chat with our friends, um, play with with our friends from video chat, um, talk with our friends or family, shop online, work on office, study from home, and other things. But unfortunately, this mode of life has also brought so many problems in the education part, like focus problems, because the students are at home and this place is a place where you eat, sleep, live with other people, and we have other responsibilities in that place, in our homes. Communication has deteriorated significantly since we depend to external favors such as cell phones or computers to communicate, and these often present technical issues. So it's so frustrating. And in addition, many time in times we don't want to spend a lot of time in our electronic device because it's so exhausting, and that affects our eyes health or health in general. Um, Reasons like that is because the students